What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are diving into our first battles for the Great League for Season 7 of Go Battle League. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my games were sweaty. As you guys can see there on the side, I'm trying a new team I haven't had a chance to use yet. I just powered up this Shadow Hypno that I used a TM to get away frustration over the weekend with that Team Rocket event. This team was originally created by Verge, so shout out to him. I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description. Now, this team is really strong, my goodness. Scrafty closing, Umbreon safe swap with that legacy move of Last Resort, and double punch Shadow Hypno on the lead is very destructive. But my opponents were bringing amazing teams as well. So we're going to see some of those battles. We started off with a better win streak than I got in Season 6, going 10-0 this morning. So let me know how you guys' battles are going in Go Battle League. What do you guys think about this team? And let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, getting into this first battle. Let's see how this one goes. We have Hypno on the lead versus Altaria. Alright, my first thought is there's an Azumarill and Galarian Stunfisk in the back. So what I'm going to do right here is basically build up to near, or basically 2 Thunder Punches. As you guys can see, Confusion is doing so much damage. Shadow Hypno is just an absolute monster when it comes to damage output in neutral situations. So we're going to go ahead and shield this first Sky Attack. We're going to build up to that double Thunder Punch right here. We're going to go ahead and throw it, and then we're going to look to swap into that Umbreon, draw out that Azumarill so Scrafty can do a bit better endgame. So we do get a shield as well, which is great. We're going to go ahead and swap into that Umbreon now, and we do see a Meganium come in. I'm like, okay, maybe it's Meganium and Galarian Stunfisk, but we'll have to see. Charge Move now coming through. We're going to go ahead and let this go. Our final shield needs to be saved for either Hypno or Scrafty, so we're going to go ahead and go for foul plays right here for neutral damage. This is what's great about Umbreon. It's an absolute tank in these neutral situations, and having that Last Resort is definitely very essential against a lot of Charmers or Fighters that you guys may see come in. And if you weren't able to get Umbreon with Last Resort from the recent Kanto event, it is definitely worth utilizing an Elite Charge TM to get a good PvPIV Umbreon Last Resort for Great League. I definitely think so. So we're going to go ahead and let that Frenzy Plant go through. I need energy advantage now here on Hypno, and I think the Meganium is going to be low enough to come in and farm down, so I got to commit to the farm down, but this last Confusion doesn't go through in time, and they are able to get to a charge move. So I will have to shield right here. This is unfortunate that I have to shield, but I have way too much energy right now, and we are going to see the Altaria come back in. And so what I'm hoping for is banking on the fact that I think there's going to be a Galarian Stunfisk in the back. So we're going to go ahead and throw Thunder Punch. They do shield. We try to get to another Thunder Punch in time, but we cannot. Things are not looking good. This Altaria, there's no shields left, but this Altaria has a lot of health, and we only have Scrafty. Now they're not swapping out, which tells me it's probably a Galarian Stunfisk in the back, and we get to a foul play in time just before that Sky Attack, which is crucial. So let's see if Scrafty can close this game out for us. It can. It's a Bastiodon. Things are looking really good. We're going to go ahead and go for Power Up Punch right here. We need to get 2 Power Up Punches off in order to take out this Bastiodon. Hopefully you can't get to a Flamethrower in time. So we do land it. Obviously there's no shields left. But Scrafty right here, I think, can take in. We do get to that final Power-Up Punch, and that is going to be a good battle, very well played. So bringing out the Meganium was nice. Thankfully, there was no Azumarill, but still we would have done well with that Umbreon on the safe swap to get the Azumarill low. All right, moving to this next battle, we're up against a previous rank legend. I wanted to say rank 10, but it's legend player because of that stance. We have Shadow Hypno on the lead versus Scrafty. I'm like, this is not good. Scrafty on the lead is a very tough matchup to deal with this team. As you guys know, that backline of Double Dark being Scrafty and Umbreon take a lot of damage from counter, and this thing is doing massive damage with foul play. We let it go through. I was hoping it was going to be a Power-Up Punch, but it wasn't, which is really unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and go for the Fire Punch right here. It doesn't matter, Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, and we do land it, which is great. Now they are going to be able to get to a charge move right here. This is definitely going to be Power Up Punch. I'm not going to shield because I actually might be able to survive, which I do with 1 HP, and we are able to get the Fire Punch off in time. This is either going to get a shield or get Scrafty low, extremely low. It gets it really low, so they don't shield, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to have to bring my own Scrafty in right here and farm down. Now, they have an Azumarill. I'm like, oh, All right, Azumarill beats Scrafty and Umbreon. But what's great about Scrafty, everyone, do not underestimate the power that Scrafty has. Power Up Punch and Counter really starts to add up. Now, I did count to 6, so this is definitely going to be a Play Rough right here. And we'll have to see. It is going to be Play Rough, which is double super effective to Scrafty. But what we're going to do now is go for a Foul Play. And what I'm going to try to do is swap into Umbreon to soak a Play Rough right here. So this Foul Play is going to do resisted damage, but we are getting Azumarill low. So we're going to go ahead and try to safe swap now into the Umbreon, and they do decide to throw the energy, which is fine. This is probably going to be a Play Rough. I'm going to let it go, even though it does do super effective damage, because I don't know what that final Pokemon is going to be. Now, they're not swapping out, so I'm going to go ahead and go for Last Resort, but they do a perfect swap into a Alolan Marowak. And I'm like, oh, I should probably actually be doing these bubbles because they're going to let it go through. Now that is resisted right here, but what's great about Umbreon is it's so bulky that even in this matchup against Alolan Marowak, who does have shield advantage, we can put out a lot of pressure, and they aren't shielding. This is beautiful. This Alolan Marowak needs to start shielding these foul plays, so we're going to go ahead and let this go. Our win condition now is with Scrafty. It's just going to be a Bone Club, so we're going to go ahead and go for another foul play right here. This is going to do super effective damage, obviously, and it will take out the Alolan Marowak if they don't shield. They didn't shield, so I'm going to go ahead and swap straight into Scrafty and go for Power Up Punch right here. Remember what I said, do not underestimate the power of Power Up Punch and Counter, because this Azumarill is now low enough that if I use these Power Up Punches, firstly we're going to be getting shields, and secondly it's going to increase our damage with Counter. And Azumarill is low enough where these counters are starting to add up, so we're going to be able to get to another Power Up Punch in time. They have to shield this. This will do too much resisted damage for the Azumarill to be able to take, so they double shield that Azumarill right here, and they are going to be able to get to the charge move just in time. This is probably going to be Ice Beam taking out the Scrafty right here. But we have Umbreon. It's going to be extremely close, so we bring in the Umbreon right here. They're a couple bubbles away, and we do get to the foul play in time. This is going to be taking out Azumarill, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Their win condition was definitely with that Alolan Marowak shielding the foul plays, but hey, we took the win right there. All right, moving into this next battle. We have Hypno versus Bastiodon on the lead. Terrible matchup for me off the bat. So what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and swap into Umbreon right now, and we'll have to see what they decide to do. They do have a Toxicroak, which is pretty nice. So my first thought right now is that this is going to be a Bastiodon, Medicham, Toxicroak team, and this is why Last Resort is so crucial. That neutral damage there to Toxicroak is incredible. Now they're going to go ahead and throw a charge move. I'm not going to shield. It's most likely going to be a Mud Bomb right here, which is not going to be enough to take us out, so I'm going to try to go for Foul Play. If I have a decent amount of health left that I might be able to get to 2, and hopefully we get a shield, which we do. Fantastic. This is definitely ideal, but I can't get to 2, sadly. One fast move away right there. So what we're going to do now is come in with Hypno and look to farm down. I'm hoping one Confusion can actually take out a Toxicroak, but they do have a Sludge Bomb ready to go. So I will be shielding this, even if it's a Mud Bomb shield bait, but which it's not. It's going to be Sludge Bomb. That's great. We can now farm down. So the matchup against Bastiodon is a bit better with this energy that we do have on the Hypnos, but what I'm going to try to do is swap into Scrafty, but I miscounted. I was thinking that was only 6, but that was actually 7 Smackdown, so I will have to shield right here, because again, I'm thinking there's a Medicham in the back. So what we're going to do is throw the Fire Punch right here to do neutral damage against the Bastiodon, and then we're going to try, and we get a shield. I'm like, oh man, because we faked that we had Focus Blast as well. So I'm going to try to swap into Scrafty on charge move, and they have a Shadow Victory Bell in the back, which means we can get to a foul play right here, which will do massive neutral damage in this matchup, and we will be able to farm down with Counter. As you guys can see, that did so much damage, so we will be able to farm down. We have Scrafty ready to go with that Power Up Punch that we're going to go for super effective damage, and we're going to force them to use their energy. They cannot Smackdown farm us down, and we can just counter down right here, so they have to throw their energy. And remember, we still have a Fire Punch ready on that Hypno, so we are going to go down to this Flamethrower right here. Hypno is going to go ahead and come in. We go for the Fire Punch. This is going to do neutral damage, but I don't think it's going to be just enough to take out the Bastiodon, so we'll have to do one more, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. So again, with Shadow Hypno, we basically have double punches, but we made them fear the potential Focus Blast to get that shield, which was very, very essential there in that battle. All right, moving into this next battle, we have These games are so sweaty. These are my first sets. This is so sweaty. We have Scrafty again on the lead. So what did we learn from that previous matchup? That they're probably going to go for foul play first, and we can survive a power-up punch. But again, I don't want to give up a shield just in case it is a power-up punch, because that would be unfortunate. So I will let the first charge move go through. So we go ahead and throw the fire punch right here. It lands, which is great. Charge move now coming through. We know foul play is not going to do too much damage. I mean, it's not going to KO us is what I mean. It does do a lot of damage. But what we're going to try to do is get to that fire punch. And same as before, this is going to be power up punch. We let it go. We know we can survive. This is literally the same lead, basically. And we go for the fire punch right here. And hopefully this either gets the shield or gets it low, just like last time. So we'll see. And we get a shield, which is beautiful, which means Scrafty can now come in and farm down with counter right here, which is going to be great. And they won't be able to get to a charge move either. Now, we are going to see a Skarmory come in, so I'm going to go ahead and build up and go to Umbreon right away, and we will see a Meganium come in. So, win condition now is looking kind of tough. Scrafty is, I'm thinking, going to have to close this game out against the Skarmory. We're going to go ahead and throw foul plays right here against the Meganium. Now, I could go into double shields here with Umbreon, but I'm thinking Scrafty might be able to actually close this game out. So we're going to go ahead and let these Frenzy Plants go through. We want to get shields from our opponent right here, so we're going to keep throwing these foul plays. Hopefully they do decide to shield, but they don't. I'm like, okay, all right, I need to go for foul play, and I don't get to it in time, so I'm going to go ahead and let this charge move go through. I think my win condition now is with Scrafty. It could have been with Umbreon if I decided to shield twice, but I didn't want to give up those shields. So I'm going to go ahead and go straight for Power Up Punch right here. I need to increase my damage as fast as possible so that I can do more damage against the Skarmory in the back. Now, things are not looking good. They still have a shield, so I'm going to go ahead and go for Power Up Punch right here. This is going to do a decent amount of chip damage right here, but we'll have to see. They actually decide to shield it, which is beautiful. This is going to come down to the wire. Can I get to the foul play in time? Yes, I can with 1 HP and a dream. Really risking it for the biscuit right there. I still have 2 shields, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Scrafty is a Skarmory counter confirmed. All right. Moving into this next battle, we have Shadow Hypno on the lead versus Machamp. Very, very ideal right here. Obviously a great lead win for us, but they swap into Charizard, and I'm not swapping out. I'm being very, very slow. I don't know what I'm doing. I should have gone into Umbreon way faster. Definitely should have gone into Umbreon way faster. We're going to go ahead and let the charge move come through. It is going to be a Blast Burn right here, which does a lot of damage, and then we're going to throw our foul play. Now, what I need to do is keep switch advantage. That's very, very important with knowing that there's a Machamp on the lead. I will give up 2 shields in order to keep this switch advantage because I need that Hypno aligned to the Machamp. But the reason why, or because I'm so late to this fight with Umbreon, I will actually have to give up shields, and I go for the foul play at the same time they have Dragon Claw, which is unfortunate, so I will have to shield this right here. Again, I need this switch advantage, and I think I'll be able to win the switch advantage because I will have enough energy to get to another foul play before they get to a Dragon Claw. They decide to let it go through, which is fine, and I'm going to instant swap into Hypno, and we do see a Venusaur come in. We have Fire Punch. They may not be ready for this, and it lands for a lot of damage right there, and Confusion is going to be able to farm down the Venusaur. And then we are going to see the Machamp now come in. Now, I am going to go ahead and go for Fire Punch right here. The game, I think, is going to come down to a charge move on either Scrafty or Umbreon, so I need to get the shield away right now and look to do as much confusion damage as I can. Now, they are going for a charge move. I'm guessing this is just going to be Rock Slide. That will do enough damage, but it's actually a payback. So really spicy right there, but I can bring in Scrafty and probably survive 1 Cross Chop and close this game out with a Power-Up Punch. And so, yeah, that's going to be a good game. I should have handled that game a lot better. As you guys know, if I swapped into Umbreon right away, it would definitely been a lot better. I could have saved shields for Hypno and whatnot. But we recovered, I think, pretty well and got lucky that there was a Venusaur in the back. But hey, good game to my opponent right there. And I believe that was the final battle. Yeah, it was. So, ended up going 10-0 this morning. Those were some sweaty battles. I did face some unique players or unique battlers this morning, but we're not going to show those games. You guys can understand that if my Hypno, you know, wins the game with one shield left and I have to use any other Pokemon, it's not really worth seeing here on YouTube. But what's great about seeing is this Galvantula. And if you guys didn't know, there's new spawns when it comes to Go Battle League, such as Medicham and Galvantula, and it's guaranteed XL candy, which is amazing. This means now we can get XL candy guaranteed from these catches, and we do get to rank 4 right there. And again, like you guys saw at the beginning, we did go 10-0, which is great. Faced off against a lot of great battlers there with great teams. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team. I think it's absolutely incredibly strong, extremely bulky, and can handle a lot of the meta. We ended up going 10-0, but how is your guys' first day going? What teams are you guys using? I'm looking forward to trying a lot of great teams over the next 2 weeks, but I wanted to give you guys something strong and new out the gate here for day 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.